I learned heel flips in the basement of my house.
This is like the dream ground for skateboarding in your basement. You definitely can't do this in your basement.
What if you show up to the spot and it sucks? Or it's just really cold and like everything's wet, but you thought it was dry. Today I'm talking about basement skating, my past and my experiences skating in my own basement many years ago. Is basement skating so bad? What do you like about it? I'm gonna talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. It's becoming that time of year, it's cold, it's getting colder. I'm wearing layers and I feel like I'm just puffy right now. I just feel like a puffy skater, which is not how I like to feel. I like t-shirts or long sleeves or just like one layer sweater. It's way better feeling than a puffy jacket, puffy under layers, and just pushing. I feel like a pillow just skating down the street. And then your neck, if you have like collar, it's just like, I feel like the Michelin man. Just, there's a hill right near here. I'm gonna hill bomb it before I get to the cafe, and I'll talk more about basement skating. All right. There's no traffic in your basement. There's no hills in your basement. And there's just no speed. You definitely can't hold power slides that long in your basement. It's very liberating out here. When you skate indoors, you obviously have a neutral temperature, if not a warmer temperature, so your body's more nimble. It's just easier to learn and skate. It's not so cold and frigid when you fall or push or skate. Your toes aren't getting frozen. It's just an overall better experience. So while I talk about basement skating, I'm gonna go get coffee nearby at a cool spot. I like design, so I'm gonna go see it my first time. Link up with my friend later to street skate, and we're just gonna carry out the day. I have to get another good power slide. This is a fun hill. You definitely don't have to play with the elements in your basement. This is real skating. The basement is like a sheltered version of skateboarding. But I will say it enhances your progression. It's my first time here. I've never been here. This is a cool little cafe. A lot of good shapes. Very minimalist. Some plants. I don't know if you've ever been to like Home Depot or any hardware store or space that has super good concrete like this. This is like the dream ground for skateboarding in your basement or anywhere for that matter. Learning skateboarding on this is so good, and it helps. You can pivot better. It has more give. If you fall, you can just slide instead of like catching skin on the concrete, which is like awfully gross. Those are some benefits. And most of the time, basements are like this ground. Another reason why skateboarding in your basement's a benefit is because it's just a private place for you to go in the winter. You have more time to yourself to just focus on certain tricks you want to do. Convenience is only going to make you better at skateboarding because you can just practice flat ground for hours and hours and hours. Let's go downtown and skate some spots. Because we're here, I'm going to get a couple flat ground tricks because I have to wait for a bus. I missed it. Let's skate the opposite of basement concrete. Kickflip. Wow. Ah. Oh my goodness. That was terrifying. Okay, let me say this as well. Skateboarding in the cold weather with like Michelin man jackets is really unmotivating. Skateboarding feels so good with more like breathable clothing, lightweight. You feel way more connected with your board. Like right now, I feel like I'm more connected with pillows. Only shove. This is a good example of why basements are good, is because you don't have to go anywhere to skate. You do have to skate in a confined space, but if it's not good weather out, like it's raining or snowing or really windy, you get to skate in your basement. Like it's way better to just have one small space to skate and practice that's sufficient than to just be outside forcing through the elements in massive discomfort, ruining your equipment, getting waterlogged, bored, or like you do a kickflip and the wind takes it away. It's just sketchy. So having a safe place like a basement is nice. It's dependable and you don't have to travel very far to get to it. When you have to travel very far in the winter, it's kind of annoying because what if you show up to the spot and it sucks? Or it's just really cold and like everything's wet, but you thought it was dry. Obviously, it's better to just be outside and go to the spot and skate, street, and travel and explore like we're supposed to as skateboarders, but when you have a basement and it's just absolute garbage outside, poor weather conditions, rain, wind, snow, ice, it's pretty much impossible to skateboard without ruining your equipment, without just being incapable of skateboarding outdoors. So the basement comes in handy because it's just a safe place to practice, it's a private space. It's like your own indoor skate park. Man, we eating good today. Jeez. What kind of food you got there? See, no trucks, no traffic in basements. Oh my God. That was pretty bad. The reason I'm making this video is because you can't do this right in the winter here. It's always raining, it's super damp. Even when it's not raining, the sun doesn't come through the clouds, so it's just damp all the time. It's like, you get a nice day, but it's still not nice. I have great gratitude for the weather because it's like mild, but you just can't skate that much. It sucks. So I'm gonna take advantage of it and skate this. That's why if you have a basement out there and you get to skate in it every day, that's special. So that's why I'm making this video, just to reminisce and be grateful for the basement days. When it's cold out and you have to wear a bunch of layers and you're not yet warmed up, you don't have to worry about that in the basement. I have some funny stories I want to talk about though. One of those stories is learning heel flips. I remember I learned heel flips in the basement of my house. And I remember just sweating, like droplets of sweat hitting my grip tape. Just keep trying heel flips over and over and over and over again. And my dad said to me, if you can't do it 3 times in a row, then you don't really have the trick. And so with every trick that I tried in my basement, I would try 3 times in a row. If I couldn't do it 3 times in a row, I would have to continue trying it until I got 3 times in a row. I would not retire the sesh until I did that. I used my imagination to get tricks and to learn and motivate myself because I had nothing else to do besides just learn and grow in this confined space. It's exhausting and repetitive. It's like going to the same skate park over and over again. Going to your hometown skate park over and over again is repetitive and it can get boring. Sometimes you just show up and you're like shaking your head, like I've skated every feature to the T. So it does get repetitive, but you can always challenge yourself. One benefit as well is you can get refreshments easily. Having a basement to skate in is very uncommon, and a lot of major cities do not have basements, and a lot of places, even suburbs, don't even have unfinished basements. It's definitely a privilege to have a space where you can actually skate. I remember skating in my friend's basement and his ceiling was lower than the basement that I skated in, and I would always be stressing, like I would duck and stuff. And then also, when you're younger, you have all these random toys, like a scooter that you don't take serious. You have like a flow board, like one of those 18-wheeler surfboards. We had a tiny board that you could trafe up on. And these are just little things that you just use because they're there when you get tired from skating repetitively over and over. So that's pretty much it for basement skating. That's all the reasons and things I wanted to relate and explain to you about why skateboarding in the basement is a benefit. There's no indoor parks, there's no demand for it, there's no business, it costs a lot of money. If you just have a basement existing in the house that you already live, it's such a cheat code to skating, and it's so much fun just to have a place to go all the time. If you live in an area that it snows or rains all the time, like 6 months out of the year, it's a burden because you don't get to progress or skate as much as you'd like to. It's like kind of sad outside, and it's not very good for your physical health, in my opinion, your mental health. When you have a place to go and get excited to skate every day without any obstructions, it's a private space, you can just lock in and progress and have a lot of fun. It's also nostalgic to my youth, though I had like a window of like 4 years that I got to skate in my basement. That's why I think basement skating is really special. Drop a comment because I want to hear your stories. That being said, it's gonna rain like later today and I don't have a basement to go to skate, so that sucks. like for more videos. I'll see you on the next one.
The basement is like a sheltered version of skateboarding.